This is Henares making your day with part 25 of a book I wrote on the destiny of the Filipino people. Subject: confrontation in the South China Sea. Admiral Zheng He died at sea on the way back from Calicut in 1433, and the fleet returned home for the last time to a very cold welcome. An imperial decree banning ocean-going vessels were issued in 1436, and by the end of the 15th century, it was a capital offense to construct a multi-masted vessel. Trade turned towards the internal along the Beijing-Hangzhou Grand Canal, expensively renovated and reopened in 1416. China's coastal communities went on opposing the imperial ban and smuggling profitably, depleting government revenue. Piracy worsened since there was no effective navy. The ban was lifted in 1550. There were conflicting claims over China's self-imposed insularity. One side believes that it led to decline and the inability to resist 19th century colonial forces, while the other points out China's continuing strong maritime trading links with Asia and Africa until the 19th century. Remember, all this happened even before America was discovered by Columbus in 1492. Since China is at present an extroverted trading phase, it undertakes to celebrate Zheng He's achievements, and there are events and exhibitions all emphasizing China's wish for peaceful relations. How different indeed are the Chinese from our white colonial masters. Modern China's rapid economic development necessitates consumption of crude oil from Arabs of the Middle East, with an oil supply chain that includes sea lanes from Suez Canal and Hormuz Strait to the Arabian Sea, down the south of India below the Gulf of Bengali, within range of China's listening post in Coco Island in Vietnam, down to the all-important Malacca Strait between Malaysia and Indonesia, up to the China Sea within the ken of China's listening post in Cambodia, up east of Vietnam, and up to Beijing in China. This sea channel is vital to the interests of China. More about this after these messages. This is Henares making your day with part 25 of the book I wrote on the destiny of the Filipino people. Subject: confrontation in the South China Sea. However, the United States announced a rebalance of global posture to emphasize Asian, Pacific, and the Middle East. A budget based on strategy of making the military force smaller, leaner, more agile, flexible, ready, and technologically advanced in order to ensure that, quote, we can quickly confront and defeat aggression from any adversary, anytime, anywhere. To the Chinese ears, these are unmistakable fighting words. The U.S. plans to maintain aircraft carrier at the long-term level of 11 ships and 10 air wings, an Army and Marine Corps Pacific Force, and a proposed budget of selected investments. A new bomber, $300 million apiece. A new afloat-forward staging base, $600 million. Increased cruise missile capability on submarines, $100 million. Upgrading of tactical sensors for electronic warfare, $1.8 billion. To further threaten China, the United States sold ballistic missiles to Taiwan and continued balikatan exercises in the Philippines. Indeed, the United States has already begun to contain China's presence in Asia. The United States already has defense alliance with Japan, and Australia, and is secretly negotiating a Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement with the following countries without including China: Australia, Brunei, Chile, Malaysia, New Zealand, Peru, Singapore, and Vietnam, and planning to include Canada and Mexico. On September 30, 2011, Myanmar President Thein Sein suspended the China-funded Mitsune Dam project, and 3 months later, U.S. State Secretary Hillary Clinton made 2 visits to Myanmar, and opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi was released and allowed to visit Washington to beg the United States to lift sanctions imposed on Myanmar leaders. On April 4, 2012, the first of 600 of 2,500 U.S. troops were deployed to Darwin, Australia. 11 of the planned Coast Watch radar stations were installed in southern Philippines. More about this tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Larry Henares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.